smaller area. Do you understand? So you will hear the terms used interchangeably. Constituencies, electoral boundaries, things like that. Okay? These electoral boundaries are redrawn every few years, or often every election cycle, at least in Singapore. Okay, maybe I'm talking about my ass, I don't know. They're redrawn every few years. Okay? By an independent commission. Okay? There are accusations about the commission's independence, at least in Singapore. But I'll have you know that in the last election, none of the opposition wards were touched in terms of drawing of boundaries. And I am certain they made a deliberate attempt to do it. So they redrew everywhere else, but none of the opposition wards were touched. Because I guess they want to prove a point that they are not gerrymandering. Who does not know what gerrymandering is? Okay, gerrymandering is the process of redrawing electoral boundaries.
Told me really.
Is the process of...
Because last week I made them do this.
Yeah.
And Shao Kahn spent 45 minutes explaining to them what gerrymandering meant.
Oh dear.
And I'm sure some of us still don't understand. Yeah.
I understand.
There's actually a very short video that my secondary school students use to understand what gerrymandering is. And it's a very simple pictorial representation of gerrymandering.
So, you want to know what gerrymandering is? First, let's start with Government 101. In the United States, each state elects a certain number of representatives based on the state's population. The larger the population, the more representatives you have. Each representative represents a district, or a geographical area including its voters.
Same thing.
Ideally, we want to have a range of representatives who reflect the political views of the population across the state. But how do we decide who gets to vote for each representative? Let's look at an example. Suppose we have a very tiny state of 50 people. 30 of them belong to the blue party, and 20 belong to the red party. And just our luck, they all live in a nice even grid with blues on one side of the state and reds on the other. Now, let's say we need to divide the state into 5 districts. Each district will send one representative to the House to represent the people. Fortunately, because our citizens live in a neatly ordered grid, it's easy to draw 5 lengthy districts, 2 for the reds and 3 for the blues. Voila! Perfectly proportional representation, just as the founders intended. Now, let's say instead that the blue party controls the state government, and they get to decide how the lines are drawn. Rather than draw districts horizontally, they draw them vertically, so that in each district there are 6 blues and 4 reds.
Do you see? If it's drawn this way, the blues are in the majority in every district. It means the blues win
With a
every
comfortable
seat.
blue majority in the state, each district elects a blue candidate to the House. The blues win 5 seats, and the reds don't get a single one. Oh well, finally, what if the red party controls the state government? The reds know they're at a numerical disadvantage. But with some creative boundary drawing, they can slice the blue population up such that they only get a majority in 2 districts. So despite making up 40% of the population, the Reds win 60% of the seats. Not bad. This process of redrawing district lines to give an advantage to...
Did you understand? Okay, good. Yeah. That's why this is the video I used to teach my secondary school kids, you know. Okay.
One party over another.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thanks so much. Welcome to the Oscars.
Anyway, so yeah, back to SMCs versus GRCs. Okay, so there are SMCs which only one person need to stand for election, as in one person from each party. Okay, and there are GRCs which require between 4 to 6. It can be 4, it can be 5, it can be 6. Okay, so JVJ won the Anson seat in an SMC, right? So he won it alone. He won it in a by-election, and he won it as a minority. Okay, so there are a number of notable things about his victory. Right? After that, Chiam Swee Tong was elected. Do you know which seat Chiam Swee Tong held?
Potong Pasir, right?
Potong Pasir. For decades. He held Potong
I
Pasir.
think his wife took over and lost.
Yeah, unfortunately. Anyway, So for the Workers' Party, it was JBJ. Then after JBJ was Low Tia Kiang, right, who been holding leadership of the party.
Is it the current one?
In fact, if I'm not
I think he passed
mistaken,
down, but I don't know who is it.
if I'm not mistaken, JBJ was forced out. There was some politics, internal
Bankruptcy,
politics.
I think. Some bankruptcy thing.
I think so, but like even then, he was not part of the Workers' Party. He left the Workers' Party. Either he left voluntarily or he was forced out. I don't know. I have the impression that he was forced out. You can read up and double
It
check.
says that he was forced out. I mean, the Wikipedia suggests that he thought that he got forced out.
He got forced out, right?
By Low
Tia Kiang, correct. Right? Who then proceeded to win the Hougang seat.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, stronghold.
Yeah. So the reason why Low Tia Kiang was able to win the Hougang seat and why the Hougang area is considered a stronghold for the Workers' Party is because Low Tia Kiang, who speaks fluent Teochew, right? And the Hougang area is and still is a strong Teochew community. And especially since it used to be a pig farming area, okay, and the pig farmers were all forced out by the government, right? The government retook the land, redeveloped the land, so there's a lot of resentment because people just lost their businesses overnight, and that's why the area is a opposition stronghold, right? So you might think something as simple as pig farming literally is the reason why Workers' Party has a foot in the door, right? So that's why Low Tia Kiang makes it a point. His Teochew is actually bloody solid, like very fluent.
Fantastic,
Yeah, fantastic, like very up there. So very like poetic. And,
Because
like,
he learned it, or because he
I think
was
he's
born?
Teochew. I think he's Teochew. I think so. But he's Chinese educated anyway, right? So that's why he was able to appeal to the community and win, right? So Low Tia Kiang, basically we'll talk about this later in like the 2011 election and aftermath. Assembled a group of superstars. They proceeded to take Aljunied GRC in 2011. But yeah, that's the Workers' Party so far. After Low Tia Kiang and their victory in Aljunied, they had some defeats where they lost Pasir Ris East, is it? Alfred?
Huh?
What was the one that?
Pasir Ris East.
Yeah.
Which one?
What was the one? The woman, she said, I told you she didn't want to take the NCMP seat. She lost to this Charles Chong. You wikied it a couple of days ago.
Is it a by-election?
It was not a by-election. It was in 2015 and she lost the seat.
Oh,
Punggol East.
Punggol, yeah.
Punggol East, not Pasir Ris East, right? So they had some success. They, on top of taking Aljunied GRC and Hougang SMC, they took Punggol East.
Oh yeah.
They took Punggol East SMC as well, right?
But it was a by-election, right?
But yeah, and then proceeded to lose it in 2015, Punggol East, right? Moving forward, 2015 onwards, they have recruited a group crop because of their success, continued success in opposition politics. They're literally the only successful party to have seats.
Wait, at all?
Yeah.
No other party has
No,
ever gotten
no.
seats.
No.
SPP has.
Has, but right
Cham Si
now,
Tong.
right now only they have.
So it used to be, for the longest time, so it was JBJ, right? After JBJ was Low Tia Kiang and Cham Si Tong. Only these two. For the longest time. Up till 2011.
They made a brave move to take Aljunied.
Right? 2011, it was then Lina Cham Si Tong's wife, and they took over Aljunied, which was another 5 seats, right? And then later, a year later or what, there's a by-election, they took Punggol East. Right? Okay. But because SPP has died effectively, so a lot of the new talent per se that want to get involved in politics and want to get involved in opposition politics have been funneled towards the Workers' Party because that's the only functioning party that has had results. Okay, so they have had new prominent politicians like Leon Pereira. Remember these names: Leon Pereira, Daniel Goh. These will be the future of the Workers' Party. Okay, and the future leadership. So the Workers' Party has actually been expanding eastwards. If you look at the contested GRCs, right, and the SMCs, they have decided to expand towards East Coast, and they want to. I think they are targeting East Coast, Marine Parade as potential future sites for victory. Okay, so they are very heavily active in the east.
Can I steal some drink?
Sure.
The SPP, on the other hand, which is the second party, is the only other really relevant party. So Chiam See Tong, as you saw in the video, you can watch. He was a relatively smart guy, but always gonna whack my Lee Kuan Yew, right? Poor fella. Actually, I have another clip for you to show you.
Is it because of his poor English skills?
Yeah, he wasn't a great orator as JBJ.
Wait, what happened to Anya coming at? I think she did. Is Anya coming now? Yes.
Ah, okay, this one. So this was actually a debate on GRCs when they were implementing GRCs.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's
Let us get on with nation building.
this